What up, what up, what up, what up, Crypto Wars, Social Crypto back at it again. Today is Monday, June 8th, 2020. The black community doesn't owe the banking system anything. Isaiah Jackson, author of Bitcoin and Black America. Great book to get some ideas on how we as a community could form our own economy and leave the banking system behind. Let's get into it. Actually, before I go over the articles today, let me just go over the scam of the day spreadsheet. This is coming from Digital Asset News, a cryptocurrency channel. Go check him out. He started the spreadsheet here and gave it out to the community to basically add to it whenever you discover a scam on YouTube. So a scam is anything basically where they have an asymmetric giveaway. So if you send them 10 XRP, they'll give you 100 XRP in return. Or if you give them 10 Bitcoin, they'll give you 100 Bitcoin in return, or some nonsense to that effect. This is a Tesla giveaway. They have a lot of different giveaways on here. So again, just be careful out there. Nobody's going to give you free money for giving them money. It doesn't make sense. All right. So if you find a scam on YouTube, broadcasting live or something, you could come in the description of this video and all my future videos where I'll have this linked below, and you can add it to the scams that's been going on out there on Twitter and or YouTube. That's it. Let's start. So today's theme is basically the good, the bad, the ugly, but not in that order. And if you like what I'm spitting here, please give me a thumbs up to let me know that I'm doing a good job. And let's discuss any of these ideas or news articles in the comment section below. So virgin Bitcoin, most in demand crypto that is regulated differently. What is a virgin Bitcoin? You're probably asking. Virgin Bitcoin is a Bitcoin that hasn't been used or spent yet. Right now, we've seen in the past where, in my past videos, I should say, actually, where Grayscale, they've been buying an enormous amount of Bitcoin, more than have been mined over the past couple of weeks, especially since the halving. Actually, since the beginning of the year, they bought up something like 25% of all the Bitcoin mined so far in 2020. So let that sink in. They're trying to basically corner the market here. And in the future, because of the G20 nations, all right, they're keeping an eye on Bitcoin, and they're starting to target it. And one of the ways they're targeting it is if your Bitcoin that you may have already have in your wallet have been tainted, so to speak. So the FATF, all right, the Financial Action Task Force, is going after digital assets that have been used in prior crimes. So to purchase drugs or trafficking of human beings, whatever the case is, they're trying to say that Bitcoin is tainted, and if it's tainted, then exchanges have to, I guess, lock it up and keep you away from it. The list goes on and on when it comes to them trying to separate you from your Bitcoin. And this is one of the ways they're trying to do that, is see if it's basically a virgin Bitcoin with 0 transactions on it. And that's what they're attempting to do here, and track your money, basically. This Yang person, he's the CEO of Babel Finance, Flex Yang. He said it's like trying to deposit money in a bank that is from a drug cartel or criminal enterprise, and banks will refuse to process the transactions, Yang explained. Now, I have a few articles here pulled up. JP Morgan ship seized with cocaine, and HSBC washing money for cartels. So when it's the bank doing it themselves, it's not a big deal. It's only a big deal when they get caught. And when they get caught, they just get a slap on the wrist and pay a fine. Nobody goes to jail. No one goes to jail. All right. So back in, this is 2019, July of 2019, a ship owned by a fund run by the banking giant JP Morgan Chase, got caught with 20 tons of cocaine on board. On June 17th, let me see, here we go. Law enforcement agents boarded the MSC Guyane on June 17th and found the cocaine, which is said to have a street value of $1.3 billion. When it comes to the bank and them doing dirt, it's not a big deal. Next one here, we have an example, because remember, if your Bitcoin, which you didn't use to do any nefarious activities with, if it has, a quote unquote tainted past, then they're trying to say that the banks could seize it from you, the authorities could seize the Bitcoin from you, which is your property because it has a tainted past. Here in this story here, we see HSBC. If you've ever been arrested on a drug charge, if you've ever spent even a day in jail for having a stem of marijuana in your pocket or drug paraphernalia in your gym bag, Assistant Attorney General and longtime Bill Clinton pal Lanny Brewer has a message for you. Bite me. Despite the fact that HSBC admitted to laundering billions of dollars for Colombian and Mexican drug cartels, among others, and violating a host of important banking laws, from the Bank Secrecy Act to the Trading with the Enemy Act, Brewer and his Justice Department elected not to pursue criminal prosecution of the bank, opting instead for a record, quote, financial settlement of $1.9 billion, which, as one analyst noted, is about 5 weeks of income for the bank. So, chump change for the bank. They just got fined. No one went to jail. However, if you've been in the past arrested for a little weed or some little infraction to do with drugs, and I'm throwing up air quotes here, they threw the book at you. So back to the whole concept of having virgin Bitcoin. Bitcoin is supposed to have the idea of fungibility, where one is different from the other. Just like if I have $1 and you have $1, there is no difference between them. I could buy $1 worth of goods. You could buy $1 worth of goods. If we exchange dollars, it's still worth $1. One Bitcoin is still equal to one Bitcoin. However, they're trying to say in this article that people in the future, I guess, especially the authorities, will be looking for clean, quote unquote, virgin Bitcoin, which doesn't have any transactions on them, or if they do have transactions, that they have clean transactions on them. So that's the ugly. Next, the bad. Pentagon war game includes scenario for military response domestic Gen Z rebellion. Just gonna go straight to the juicy part here. The gains are then converted to Bitcoin and distributed to worthy recipients, including fellow Zebellion members who claim financial need. Although its origins are American, by the latter 2020s, Zebellion activities are also occurring across Europe and cities throughout Africa, Asia, and the Middle East, including Nairobi, Kenya, Hanoi, Vietnam, and Amman, Jordan. This scenario, it's a war game scenario that the Pentagon had played out, and they found that by in 2025, Generation Z, tired of all the injustice, corruption, all right, and financial corruption throughout the world, that they started uprising and they started to use Bitcoin to fund their activities, all right, and they wash their money. So they're preparing for what they predict are things to come, unrest. People are fed up. We're seeing it now. They're actually according to their predictions, they're 5 years too late in their predictions, but we're seeing that unrest right now. People are just fed up and they can't take it anymore, and they're just sick of it. But it goes to show that the Pentagon is keeping an eye on Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin does matter. So Bitcoin is not considered a Ponzi scheme. So when you still hear people talk about Bitcoin and saying that it's a Ponzi scheme or it's not going anywhere, remember that the Pentagon is keeping an eye on it because it has value. That's what's happening here. And now for the good. 2020 crypto hedge fund report. This is coming from PwC, Price Water Cooper, and Elwood. This is a 21-page report coming directly from one of the big four accounting firms, and it just breaks down Bitcoin and the future of cryptocurrencies. So I'm just going to give you the basically key takeaways here. Size of the market and asset under management. We estimate that the total AUM of crypto hedge funds globally increased to over $2 billion in 2019 from $1 billion in the previous year. That's one highlight. The performance and fees. The median crypto hedge fund returned 30% in 2019 versus 46% in 2018. So they're breaking it down by value here and just giving you an insight to that we're just at the beginning. We're still in the beginning phase. Still in the beginning phase. Early in the beginning phase. Or early in the beginning phase? No, only in the beginning phase. Only in the beginning phase of this thing here that's called the crypto market. Because the crypto market as a whole is just $200+ billion. So we're super early. Investor type and average ticket size. The vast majority of investors in crypto hedge funds, 90%, are either family offices or high net worth individuals, 42%. Fund strategies, activities, and trading. The most common crypto hedge fund strategy is quantitative, 48% funds, followed by discretionary long only 19%, discretionary long short 17%, and multi-strategy 17%. And governance, the percentage of crypto hedge funds used in independent custodian increased in 2019 from 52% to 81%. Location of the funds. Funds tend to be domiciled in the same jurisdictions as traditional hedge funds, with top three being in the Cayman Islands, United States, and the British Virgin Islands. Again, this is a 20-page report. I am not going to sit here and break the whole thing down for you. I'm going to leave it here and maybe come back to it in future videos. But it goes to show that the big players are here and they're here to stay. So we are still super early when it comes to this thing called Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. This is Sergeant Crypto. Thanks for watching. Smash up the like, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to get notified when I upload new videos. And I'm out. Peace.